Yo, it's the Chop Block Show. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, use the code new IGWC for 35% off the penis projector. Makes you dig hard for 35 years. Crazy shit. Anyway, check out Cry on main event because he needs to fucking win eventually. Fuck you, Chris. Anyway, on to the podcast.
Thank you, Chop, for that wonderful intro.
Oh, that was
Use the code.
nice.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, welcome to the Cobra Twist podcast. With Chris and Daniel. I'm Daniel. And
Oh, I'm Chris.
yeah, and everyone else.
I
forgot
thought
to
you were
speak.
going to introduce me. All right.
Yeah. So we just get straight into it. It's currently Saturday, the 20th.
It's Saturday. It's the day before Fastlane.
Fastlane's
Oh,
tomorrow.
let's go.
And
Incredible
then
card
WrestleMania.
that's shaping up to be, by the way.
Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton hype.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not watching it because I need to be up for school the next morning.
Understandable.
Ha!
Scotland
Scotsman.
problem.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it.
I envy you in only the wrestling department. But yeah. So what's the card for this? Because I haven't been watching much. What are we getting?
Oh,
here?
good question. Let me pull up the card because they just added matches.
Right. Okay. I know about the Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan with Edge because
Edge is going to be the special guest
night.
enforcer
Yeah.
Did they
because
add
Edge's gear
Shinsuke?
rolled last night.
Did they add Shinsuke versus Seth?
Is that on the
Yeah,
card?
they added that.
I might have to watch now. That sounds quite good.
Right?
Shinsuke versus Seth. That's probably going to be more towards the beginning of the card.
Yeah.
Like the first couple
might watch
matches.
that then. Because we're currently in, I don't know, we're currently in this really weird time of the year.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's reasonable enough to watch wrestling here because the time in the US went back an hour, so we're kind of.
Oh, I
this
guess.
really
Yeah, I never
weird,
thought
like-
about that.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
everything starts at midnight now instead of 1 a.m. It's less bad.
Just
you know?
a little better. Just a...
Yeah. So if I can get the card up here too.
Oh, Drew versus Sheamus and no holds barred now? That's gonna slap.
Yeah, they
Oh,
added
no
the
holds
no holds barred stipulation, and I'm so happy they did.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yes, a rematch. Riddle and Mustafa Ali.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful.
It's gonna be.
Ali's
good.
gonna win,
I
right?
didn't see it on Monday.
Well, on the retribution thing, what's just happened? What's going on with retribution? Because we've got
Well, what just happened today is that
T-Bar.
on Twitter,
Yeah.
T-Bar unfollowed
What?
all members of Retribution and changed like his layout on Twitter and everything.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and he's got
so,
his profile picture at the time of recording, I guess, because this will probably change.
You know, his profile picture reminds me of those
Oh,
Luke
yeah.
Harper
Yeah, that's what I
vignettes
was
from
gonna say. It's like
2014 after the Wyatt family split.
Yeah, it's like the Luke Harper vignettes where it's just the eyes. Don't
It
blink.
gotta make sense.
as well.
That makes sense for Dijakovic. It makes sense for T-Bar because of his past to Dominic Dijakovic. Feast your eyes.
Yeah, it adds up, I guess. So I've got Fastlane here.
Yeah.
What have we got? Intercontinental Championship, Big E versus Apollo Crews. That is probably going to be.
Oh
quite good.
yeah.
I
That's
thought
gonna
they
be
were
a
going to
thing.
keep that for Mania.
Right.
Because that should be a Mania match, right? Let's face it, they've got 8
High
hours
key,
to fill.
I feel like they could push it to Mania.
Yeah,
Especially with the promos Big E's been doing. Like, it's wild.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Serious Big E has been crazy to see. Like,
I don't know how I feel about the whole Apollo Crews thing because it's like I'm really glad he's getting a character that I said this last night in the chat. I'm glad his character isn't like as interesting as Wet Cardboard anymore. But something.
wait,
feels
he had a
wrong about
character
this.
before?
Yeah.
Apollo!
I know it's really weird to try and think of it as a character because it was just I'm Apollo Crews, you know.
It was like the I'm a good wrestler character, like a lot of people have.
Generic WWE babyface character number 7.
Yeah. but now he's like generic Nigerian prince from like 90s movie. It's really weird. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm glad he's getting something.
It's
you know?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate with this character that Cruz now has is that they're not like just kind of touching on this character with Cruz about his Nigerian roots. I'm glad that they're going full force with it.
That's true.
I'm
I
glad
can
they're
see
not holding
that.
back with it.
Yeah,
Go all out if
Because
you're gonna
WWE
go
tends
all
to
out.
do that with characters.
they do tend to half-ass
With,
a
like,
lot of things.
Where they're face their heel, they don't go full.
Full
They
on.
don't full send a character that may
Yeah.
or may not please fans. I'm happy they're going full throttle with this. I keep saying full or whatever, but
Yeah.
still, you get my point.
I'm glad they're going full gear with this.
Hey,
Whoever heard that one?
Feels good.
So what else? Yeah, man. I'm on the all elite train now. By the way.
TK, if you're
oh
listening,
yeah, that's right. Daniel's gone full all elite.
Yeah.
I said full again, but you know what? Still.
I'm
While
just
we're
about-
talking about AEW, I want to segue that into our first,
match of the week. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, our first ever match of the week segment, which is going to become a recurring thing on this podcast. And well, normally it would kind of be more of a debate as to what the best match of this week would be.
I think we all know
But
what this
it's
best
it's
match
a no
was, yeah.
contest this week. Our first match of the week for the Cobra Twist podcast is Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in the Lights Out match from AEW Dynamite this
Now
past
I'll
week.
be honest. I only really caught the latter half of this match because
I
I was
watched
watching
the full
NXT
thing.
like a filthy traitor.
Yeah.
And
how dare you?
yeah, and I saw on Twitter people were getting like really excited about it, so I switched over. And
Because they were legit
I just
trying to
saw
kill
blood.
each other.
yeah,
You can tell it was a blood feud that needed to culminate in a lights out match. They made it seem like that. Like,
Yeah, this had been building for like months.
and
I
then
think
Like ever
the-
since Thunder Rosa
it-
lost
it-
to Hikaru Shida at, I think it was All Out.
yeah,
the
yeah, it was
last that spot with a pile driver through the table actually made me wince a little bit. And the last time something made me wince like that was Hell in the Cell 2019, I want to say. The
Everyone's saying that it was.
lunch match.
I'm
where
sorry,
they did that
I
spot
just
with
want
the
to touch
chair.
on this real quick. That it wasn't supposed to be a pile driver because Thunder Rosa's finisher is the Thunder Driver, which is like the inverted crush.
Yeah.
Like, so that's not a pile driver. But when Rosa did it to Baker off the apron through the table, it became the pile driver that broke Stone Cold's neck.
Yeah.
And it became a really scary spot, a really
It was-
scary thought.
Yeah. It was interesting to watch, but it was very good at the same time.
I didn't expect thumbtacks.
I mean, it wasn't.
That was the last thing I
Yeah,
expected.
it wasn't a perfect match by any means. It was not a perfect match.
I
Obviously, there
don't
were
think there
some.
is such a thing as a perfect match, though, especially
There's
in
not.
No,
in in this kind of wrestling in today's
yeah.
world. You're never gonna please everyone.
no,
I've
No,
learned that the hard
absolutely not.
way. You know, and it's almost impossible to please everyone. But that match, I think, got pretty damn close.
yeah,
I haven't
That
seen
is-
any bad words about that match.
no. That was by far the best women's match in AEW's history, which is really saying
I would
something
agree
because
with
their
that,
women's
yeah.
division has had a lot of like. There's been a lot of like talk about it in the past year because
Their women's
hasn't-
division is flooded with talent.
it's flooded
there's-
with talent. It's just they don't
there's been
they don't really
argument-
just
yeah.
get the time to shine.
There's been arguments at times that they don't really know how to use that talent, but like when they do, oh my, it's good.
And a lot of
Yeah.
their talent is developing still. Like Britt
Yeah,
Baker
exactly.
was not
Yeah.
even a wrestler by the time she signed, I think. Like she was still in dentist school. Jade Cargill hasn't even only wrestled one match with Shaq except for Wednesday. So a lot of the talent
To her
is still
credit, though,
developing.
Jade looks great.
Right, I love the spine buster. Oh, I still remember the spine buster she did to Red Velvet in the Shaq match. It was wonderful.
She's a powerhouse women's wrestler, which you
Mhm.
don't really see that much of anymore.
That's rare to see. Yeah.
Like you have like your strikers, you have your high flyers, you have your just regular generic women's wrestlers, I guess, and you have like the bigger like powerhouses. Jade's just like a genetic freak. She's like a Scott Steiner of the women's division.
If only we could get
She's
a
got the
Spider-Man
look,
promo out here
and
now.
she's got the skills to back it up, and she's still
Mhm.
relatively new to wrestling.
I like to see that when it's like when it's someone who's kind of new, but you could see where they're going.
Mhm.
You can see that there's something
See
good
the
there.
bright spots in them.
Yeah.
Like what's the dude that just got signed to NXT? Like he was like the football player. Like he got a lot of Brock Lesnar comparisons. Parker
Yeah, like
Bordeaux.
Minnie Bordeaux.
Parker Bordeaux. Yeah.
Yeah, Parker
He has not
Boudreaux.
even wrestled a match yet, and yet he's getting all this hype
He's getting
because
so much hype.
he
It's so
looks
crazy.
as
Yeah, and
he
dude,
looks
he
like a
looks
beast.
right. He does. He looks wild. Like
I haven't even seen him in a ring. Like, I haven't seen any training footage or
No
anything.
one's
but
seen
I
him in
know
a ring.
he's
we
gonna
need
be
to
good.
I don't think he has actually. I think it just purely got signed based on look. I don't know if that's a fact or anything, but like because I don't
He's
think
making
he's
the
had a match.
transition like from like college football.
Because yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a full transition where you don't even know anything. So he's not going to be there for a while, but his look is just
Well,
going to keep that hype up for a while.
I'm assuming he's a fan of the
Oh,
sport,
you
right?
have to. Yeah,
And
I
that,
think
He's
yeah,
got to be.
that can get you
yeah,
quite far. Like
yeah.
if you're transitioning from a different sport, if you look at someone like Pat McAfee,
Oh
right,
yeah, yeah.
where
Look
he
at
was
someone
in,
like Ronda Rousey.
yeah, exactly.
She
It's a different transition from like football to wrestling than it is from MMA to wrestling because they're kind of close in a way. They're
Yeah.
both kind of combat sports, but it's like it's a different combat sport. It's a different
But
breed.
still,
You
Ronda
know?
Rousey, years before there were even talks of her coming to WWE, was a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she
So
finally
like,
signed with WWE, and there was all this hype. And she was being trained by by Natalia, by Kurt Angle. And when that debut match came at WrestleMania 34 and that mixed tag, she looked amazing
That's
in the ring.
probably one of the
100%.
best debut matches I've seen.
Yeah, that was
Like
that was.
obviously, she. I'm
No, what
sorry.
were
Go
you gonna
ahead.
say?
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna
Like
say that was
obviously,
probably my oh shit. That was probably my favorite match of Mania 34. Like
like the
if we're
only
gonna
match that could
go
really held a candle to it that night was Rollins versus Miz versus Balor for the IC title.
that was a
Honestly, I need to
damn
look
good
up
match. But
for it.
if we're thinking like memorability, like
But that's
If you're
I
thinking about memorable matches, it was
yeah
definitely that Ronda match.
yeah
yeah.
for sure.
Like she wasn't perfect. She was not perfect in that ring by any means. But
No,
for her first pro wrestling match ever, she
yeah,
looked like
she
she
picked
was
out
about
Triple
to
H.
become like women's champion like level
Yeah,
push.
Tossed her on Triple H.
exactly. she like
She hip
Shane
tossed
McMahon
Triple
style
H.
punched him
Like
up. Yeah, it was brilliant. Oh, I need to go watch that match again at some point. That was brilliant stuff.
Oh, this was Mania 34 with the John Cena trying to goad Undertaker into a match.
Oh
eh?
yeah, the Cena
Yeah,
squash match. That was really
yeah.
weird.
yeah,
Daniel
one
Bryan
of the
first match, was
weirdest
that
and
a wrestling?
almost best.
Because I watched that WrestleMania with some friends. I know I have friends, right? Um,
Crazy.
and we were watching that. It was like 4 a.m. We were like sleep deprived to all hell, and we were watching it, and it was the weirdest thing because it's like, is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? And then Cena runs away, and he comes back, and then
And then they
Undertaker
tried
comes
trolling
out.
us with Elias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Cena starts to walk back after he beats up Elias, and then Undertaker comes out, and then like choke slams him and pins him. 1, 2, 3, it's over. And it's like, is that what I was waiting
Taker
for?
killed him. Like
Yeah. Is that it? Is that what I was really I waited like 3 weeks, 4 weeks? It was a really short build, but it felt like forever. Where it's like, did I wait for that?
because like they started like
Is
the
that
night
it?
after Elimination Chamber because
Yeah.
Cena. No, it was night after Fastlane because Cena lost the 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, Cena lost his
I just
match, and
watched
he's
that
like,
pay per view back.
I'll probably need to go watch that again at some point as well. But it was like, yeah, Cena lost his match to be at Mania, and he's like, well, might as well give a younger talent a go. And then he wrestled Undertaker.
The greatest young talent of them all.
Yeah, Undertaker, the youngest whippersnapper on the WWE roster. I mean, with that new hip, hell, maybe he is. You
Mania 34
know?
it all pretty much.
I
I'm just
want to
looking
see
at the card right now.
Undertaker as NXT North American champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him the push.
You know what? Screw the North American Championship. I want to see Undertaker as NXT Women's Champion. I think
want to
that
see
would be
Undertaker as.
wonderful.
I want to see Undertaker win the NXT UK Heritage Cup.
So Undertaker's totally beating Roman at WrestleMania, hey?
Yeah, I mean, well, what, like third time lucky? Something like that, right? Oh man, that was an interesting Mania. The one
that was
where
a very interesting.
Speaking of Mania, this year's one, half of it's still up in the air. Chris, please tell us what's going on there.
Wow, that was a really good transition.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. I'm getting
Natural.
good at this. Yeah.
All right, so what me and Daniel decided on for this episode was to go through, because there's only 2 confirmed matches for WrestleMania so far. Like
Oh
2
yeah,
100% confirmed matches.
we're like what,
So
4 weeks out, and there's
yeah.
almost nothing confirmed.
So what we decided to do was make our full WrestleMania 37 match card prediction. However, I was the only one who actually wrote out my prediction.
I slacked on this a bit because I haven't watched WWE in like
So
consistently in like maybe 3-4
yeah,
months.
and I have. So what we're gonna do is that I have night 1 and night 2 listed of WrestleMania, my prediction, and you are basically going to like tell me like how likely those matches are, or like which
Okay.
matches will be best, which matches
And
are gonna suck,
then
whatever. I
could
don't
we
know.
go with also if like how likely the matches are? Could we go with our prediction, who we think is going to win, or who we'd like
Yeah.
to see win? Because
So you want
those
to
are
do
often two
like do you
different
want
things, right?
yeah? So do you want me to run full through card? Do you want the full card? Or you want to do this match by match?
We'll go match by match. We've got time.
Okay. All right. So for night 1, I just did night 1 for as a complete Raw card, and night 2 as a complete SmackDown card.
That could be good.
That is
Actually,
not
I could
likely.
see that. Yeah, I could see that. I
That's
would
not
enjoy
likely.
that, but it's not likely.
But I felt it would be easier for me. So the first match I have for night 1, the Raw night, is Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Now keep
I'd
in mind,
love to
Rhea
see that.
Ripley is making her Raw debut this Monday.
Is it this Monday? Do we have a
Got
date
confirmed?
now?
Yeah, that's confirmed. She is showing up on
Wow.
Raw this Monday.
Okay.
I thought they were keeping her until the Raw after Mania. Okay, I like that.
Nah.
Both of you guys
So
know I'm a
Asuka
massive,
versus
like
yeah.
I'm a massive Rhea Ripley fan, right?
Yes, Daniel. We know.
Massively,
Yes, we know.
100%. I want to see
We
her
have
with
the
that
screenshots. We know.
damn championship, right? I don't care how it happens. I want to see Rhea Ripley squash Asuka.
Oh, first
want
match on
that to happen.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley murders Asuka.
Yeah, I want to see that, right? not because I dislike Asuka. I really like Asuka. Not as much as Chop, but I really like Asuka, right? And I think that I want Rhea Ripley to win.
That would be a good way
I
to
also-
introduce another star in the women's division. That would be a really
Exactly,
good way.
because her
Yeah.
first showing
Raw-
in Mania against Charlotte was at best. It was
Raw's women's division needs stars, and Rhea Ripley is that star
Mhm.
to help
would very
reignite
much
the
agree with you
division.
there, yeah.
Like Asuka could come back from getting squashed, I think, honestly. Like, but if
She
Rhea
could.
Yeah,
Ripley
no, she'll
does-
survive.
Yeah, she could survive this. But if Rhea Ripley is the one squashing, like that would create a whole different ball game for her. Like that would be insane.
That
Yeah.
skyrockets her. That puts her
Exactly,
in a
yeah.
different level, like instantly. I'd love to see that.
Exactly. I also have Rhea Ripley winning that match, I'd say, because like you're really gonna have Rhea Ripley debut as like this monster
Yeah.
wanting to challenge Asuka and have her lose. That's Shayna Baszler last year booking.
Yeah. Lackluster.
That's Shayna Baszler having her kill the entire Raw women's division and then lose to Becky Lynch via roll up. Like that's that's the exact
man.
same level. And I'll get the
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler on WrestleMania later, but
It's gonna be an interesting one. So
anyways,
who
that's
are we
my
thinking
first
here on
match.
this? Everyone on Rhea Ripley there.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay, so
What's
now
next, Sam?
second match. Second match. Get ready for this. Mustafa Ali, the brand new United States champion coming out of Fastlane,
Right.
defending the United States Championship against T-Bar, Mace, and Slapjack in a fatal four-way.
A fatal 4-way. Right. I thought I thought for a second there it was gonna be like a 3-on-1.
A handicap? Oh my god.
Are they gonna freebird the US
Giving me
Championship?
Elimination Chamber vibes from last year
Yeah.
when Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental Championship from Braun Strowman.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I can see that, but at the same time, I don't see him winning on Sunday.
Well, Daniel, you remember that change I talked about, like in the group chat earlier, talking about that I was making to my predictions after
Yeah.
that T-bar
After
change
the
on Twitter.
T-bar thing,
This
yeah.
was the change. It was
I
originally
wanna-
Ali versus Riddle in a rematch for the U.S. title, but no, I'm
Right.
going for the fatal. I want the Retribution 4-way. Or
Do you
no,
wanna know
no,
where
throw in
where I
Reckoning,
see this going?
throw in Mia Yim.
Now,
Have
are
Mia
you-
Yim win? Yeah.
Are you is this your card? Are they their Retribution characters, or at this point have they flourished into their own at this point, or is this like Retribution still?
Well, I mean, this is 4 weeks. Do you have the time to make the full transition back to the characters? For T-Bar,
but
maybe.
I think
For
they're.
Slapjack,
I
maybe.
still think they're trying to break up Retribution. That's why I'm asking. Like that's why I think. I still think they're somehow trying to break them up. And
That's a fair point.
I'd
I'm
rather
gonna
have
go...
Dominic Dijakovic and Dio Madden and Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
Shane Thorne.
Yeah. That against Mustafa Ali. I gotta figure out the name right.
Yeah.
But instead of the Retribution, just because I'm done with Retribution as a whole, no matter what they do.
I was done
I'm
with
it.
Retribution very quickly.
When they
It
threw the
was-
second
it was-
cinder block through an already broken window, I was done with it.
Yeah. It was at the point where they gave up on them like entering through the crowd.
I
the
stayed
crowd that wasn't there.
so optimistic throughout everything with Retribution. I
Yeah,
kind of lost hope. And then they had that amazing Ali heel turn, revealing him as the leader of
Yeah,
Retribution.
That was good.
And that immediately piqued my interest again.
That piqued my interest, but then they started doing the shaky camera work on the on the like
No, what killed
we're back. There was an issue. Discord is imperfect.
Discord's dumb.
Discord's dumb. We should probably switch to like Zoom or something for the next one.
Like Zoom or Google Meet for the next one.
Maybe we can show our beautiful faces.
True.
Yeah. So where were we? Retribution. Yeah.
That's what we were talking about, Retribution.
I think they fell off. I'd love to see them.
What killed my microphone? Retribution.
Yeah. I'd love to see Retribution break up, but I'd love even more to stick with it for the next, maybe keep it for like 3 weeks. Have Ali
wins
lose
the title or lose. Okay, sorry.
or have him win. It doesn't
I
really
just
matter
think
if we're going
winning
for
would
Retribution.
combine would help them bring it together because you could be like, "Yo, I'm here doing this, making moves. You guys can."
Yeah.
Like
we
had
exactly.
flip-flops,
So
but we can go further.
if I try go like full Adam Blompier here, like circa 2018, here's how I'd book it, because I'm a smartass.
Ding.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. Have Ali either win or lose. I don't actually care. Doesn't change the story here. Tomorrow.
Yeah, I have Ali winning. I have Ali retaining.
No, I mean tomorrow. Fastlane.
Oh,
then
Fastlane. I thought we were talking about
have him win or lose. Doesn't matter. Winning probably works better than having Retribution stick together, and then when he defends it at Mania, have Retribution kick his ass. Just decimate him, and then Retribution breaks up because they screwed him over at Mania, and then Ali has his heel turn, like full heel turn. He goes full hellish heel. Retribution can go take their dumb masks off. Mia Yim can take the white out off from under her eyes. And they can go wrestle again.
Face again.
Yeah, exactly. What's next on the card, Chris? Because that went somewhere.
All right, the next match. I really didn't want to put this match, but it's logical. The next match I have on the card is Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman in a last man standing match.
Shane O'Mac's winning.
Oh yes, Shane O'Mac, king.
The best in the world.
The best in the world.
Name that for a reason.
Yeah. There's a reason he won that trophy in Saudi Arabia, and I promise you it wasn't blood money.
Yeah, no, totally
the
not.
only reason why I didn't want to put this match on the card was because I can't stand Braun Strowman anymore.
I gave up on Braun Strowman.
Yeah, same.
I gave up on Braun Strowman after he lost the Universal Championship, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Like they turned him heel, and it was a really good idea, and then it just went nowhere.
Like 6 weeks, and then he came back, and it was all. Yeah, I didn't like that. I think let's bin off Braun Strowman for a little while. Have him come back in like 6 months. Even better.
Shane's gonna find a way to win that match.
Yeah,
like he's gonna bring in like Dabba-Kato or whatever.
Or he's gonna jump off something really, really high Have him jump
Shane
off the
McMahon
pirate
is going to
ship.
jump off the pirate ship.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Same
should be
person,
Kevin
man.
Owens.
It should be
It
Kevin
should
Owens,
be Kevin
but we're
Owens.
gonna have Shane McMahon do it anyway.
Totally
But
okay
it's
with
gonna
Shane
be Shane.
just walking off it because he can't jump into that. He can't jump far
Yeah.
anymore.
He's just gonna fall. Like he's gonna
I think-
float down.
that top rope elbow drop. Oh, I liked it because it's a Shane McMahon top rope elbow drop, and it's always nice to see. But it's just old. Like it looked like he
yeah,
couldn't make it anymore. Like it was scary a little bit. It was scary.
he needs to like train up those legs again, man.
Yeah,
he needs to
yeah.
be able to jump further. He's got to train up those quads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too busy
Shane
dancing.
has to win that for
Do
sure.
you think the match will happen tomorrow as well, or do you think it's gonna get?
No,
is it even
it's gonna
scheduled
be a
for
no
tomorrow,
contest.
or-
It's I
I think the same thing. Yeah, it's gonna like.
Mark my words.
Ron will come out and Shane's music will play or some shit like that. Anything like
Mark my words. If that match has an actual clean finish, we're not getting them again at Mania.
that would be wild.
No.
A clean finish at Fastlane between these two.
A clean finish at a Fastlane pay-per-view. That's crazy.
Fastlane.
Haven't seen that since 2018.
Wasn't Fastlane like the first Fastlane? Wasn't it just like a house show that they put on the network?
That was
I
Roadblock.
Distinctly that was Roadblock.
Was that
The first Fastlane was
Triple
2015.
H,
Oh, because it was a
Roadblock the Triple
roadblock on
H
the road to Mania,
Dean Ambrose
right?
match?
The first Fastlane had that first Roman versus Daniel Bryan match.
Oh,
That was the
yeah,
first
that's
Fastlane.
Yes, yes.
Right. That Triple H Ambrose match was something. I think that was quite good if I
Man.
remember correctly. Right? I enjoyed that.
Just man, it was good.
Yeah.
And it was really good because it nearly had you thinking Dean Ambrose, or I guess
He was
John
gonna-
Moxley,
Yes.
was
Yeah,
going to
gonna
become
win it,
WWE
yeah.
champion.
I remember
And then
fully
he
at that
just
time
didn't.
thinking he would win. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
He
wait,
didn't
what?
win the belt yet.
And then the golden shovel of truth came
Ah,
out. And
yes.
just kinda,
Classic
Yeah.
pulls out. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so next match.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah, Shane. Next match. The New Day defending the Raw Tag Team Championship against AJ Styles and Omos.
Okay, I'm weirdly
Oh.
excited for this.
Huh.
I'm like, I don't know why. I don't. Maybe it's because
Now,
the tag. team
what
division
scares
is
me
there,
about
but
this?
I'm happy for it.
What scares me about this is when they first started using Omos on TV, like as AJ Styles' bodyguard. I believe there were like reports saying that like he was really bad in the ring.
Yeah, didn't they send him back to the performance center
Yeah,
like
with
2
the
months
other-
ago?
He was one of those names, yeah.
Yeah. And now he's on Mania.
So like that scares
Oh,
me.
he's on me. Yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
But it's AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, so
That's
I'm
exactly
interested.
what I was gonna say. I think they
if
could carry
there's
him if
three
anything.
guys that can like hold him up, keep him to a good match, I think
It's
probably
those three.
Exactly.
guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you want to have Omos as like that giant powerhouse, like why is the first name that comes to mind Great Khali? But anyways, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are the two guys to help him make
Yeah.
him look
yeah,
like
make him
a
look strong.
monster,
Yeah.
like a beast, like a giant.
Well, he is. He is a giant. Let's not discount that.
He
from
is a
him. The guy
giant.
is massive. But I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't really seen him wrestle. We've heard rumors that he isn't that
No.
good, but like we haven't seen him. If we see him wrestle and he's good, we'll all like eat humble pie.
We
But-
saw John Morrison hit him in the chair with the back of the chair completely shattered.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
exactly.
awesome. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was cool.
He's built differently, as far as
like
humans go.
like little things like those are like really like good to see if you're really trying to build him up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's see him destroy things.
And also, in another thing, I'm really happy that if Styles and Omos are going to win the Raw Tag Titles at WrestleMania, I'm happy that it's going to be them beating New Day and not the Hurt Business. I'm happy that New
Yeah.
Day took the titles off the Hurt
True.
Business.
New Day,
Yeah.
New
Hurt
Day
Business-
can take that L. The Hurt Business still kind of needs the momentum a little bit because we're still kind of.
You're still going to see them in the main event.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Ringside with
Bobby in the
Lashley.
main event, yeah.
And like, I love the Hurt Business so much, but like,
Oh my god, yeah.
there's still, I imagine, a lot of people who aren't fully on side with the Hurt Business yet.
How?
like-
It's been like a year at this
It's
point.
been a year, or something close to that. It feels like a year. And my God, they're good, but I have a feeling that there's just some people left who still aren't quite on board with the whole Hurt Business thing. For
I
one
feel like
reason or
most
another.
people who weren't on board with the Hurt Business
Are
got
never
on
gonna
board
go.
with the Hurt Business when Lashley won the WWE title. I think
true.
that's when.
Yeah, that's true. I love the Hurt Business. I don't want to see them.
But you know, no, actually, Dan, I'm sorry, but we'll get into that more later.
Okay.
Literally in
So
just like 10 minutes, maybe.
What's next on the card?
So AJ Styles and Omos win the Raw tag titles from New Day. The next match I have, another tag match. You'll probably see this one coming. It's almost 100% confirmed that's going to happen. It's Damian Priest and Bad Bunny versus Miz and Morrison.
If
Bad Bunny
I,
could do like 5 minutes of chain wrestling to start.
yeah, if, I
Bad
wanna
Bunny's
see-
just going to hit a shooting star Canadian
then,
destroyer,
yeah,
and
that's
John
gonna
Morrison's
shit.
going to sell.
Yeah, Morrison is gonna like Shawn Michaels sell that Canadian.
John
destroyer.
Morrison is going to sell for like his life is on the line.
Yeah. You will sell for Bad Bunny, and you will make him look strong.
You will sell.
Um,
Bad Bunny's going to go crazy with like the
Bunny
tilt-a-whirl
looks
lung
strong.
blower. It's going to.
yeah.
This is just a match for me. It's cool. It's gonna be on the card. It'll be a cool thing to see.
It'll be my.
It's
first
going to have. It's putting the spotlight on Damian Priest at WrestleMania, which is
That's
really
true.
Yeah.
good to see.
The
I'm
spotlight isn't on Bad Bunny here because Bad Bunny isn't a wrestler, right? He's
I could-
still
well-
a pop star.
Well, for
Like-
like the rest of the world, Bad Bunny's going to be the star here. But for the real like wrestling fans, like the
wrestling
hardcore
fans,
fans,
we're all watching
Damian Priest is going to be the highlight here.
Us, the Smarks. You know, we're watching Damian Priest.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm-
yeah, Smarksville Productions. Where's my
Yeah.
boy?
I want to see Damian Priest do really well here because again another guy who I don't think has probably done as much on the main roster as he could have done so far. He hasn't been there a whole long time. But
Well,
like
yeah, he just debuted like after the night after the Rumble. Like that's when he
Yeah,
made his
but-
main roster debut.
in that time he's kind of just been with Bad Bunny, hasn't he? Really, I'd love to.
Like,
I'd
he's
love
been
to
with
see him
Bad
do
Bunny.
do some graps, you know.
He's like fought against like Angel Garza like 3 times. He's beaten Elias.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what I
He
hope.
beat
I
the
just hope-
Miz on his first night.
I hope this.
Did
I
do
just
that.
hope that after Mania, Damian Priest continues to be a big thing, and if Bad Bunny decides to go, like, yeah, I've done my wrestling moment now, I'll just go off and do.
I did my wrestling. I'll come
Nah,
back. to
give me
it.
Damian
back
Priest
to
and
it.
Bad Bunny versus AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw tag
Right,
titles.
or they'll just become a tag team. Yeah, they could just go. Damian Priest or Bad Bunny be like, yeah, I like this. Can I do this more?
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean, they
what?
already put the 24/7 title on him. Why not?
That's the 24/7 title, though. Peter Rosenberg
cares?
won the
At this
24/7
point, it's
title.
WWE. Who cares?
I love some Rick slander.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. Yeah. What's next?
Alrighty.
Chris? Come on, get me out of this
Moving
hole.
along. The Fiend versus Randy Orton in a Firefly Funhouse match.
The Fiend
Ugh.
winning this has to.
The Fiend's gonna
He's
win.
the Fiend.
Like,
Yeah.
no shot the Fiend loses.
The only thing I have with this is, do you think fans will be good with watching this on a like screen for a little bit? Because the Firefly Funhouse match, so like probably will be. Hey, like
Yeah.
It'll
the
probably
only
be
thing
like
I'm
the
thinking
only.
about.
It's the only potential cinematic match here. Let's face it.
There's
Exactly.
a lot you can do with that with
And
Randy
it's
Orton.
2 nights, so
Yeah.
like it's not a big deal if they put it on the screen. I'm thinking like
Yeah. And
And-
it's a big arena, right?
exactly. Yeah.
The screens are probably pretty big. I've never been. I imagine the screens are massive. I think visibility won't be an issue. You know?
No.
I
Like, there's a
think
lot
it'll
you
be
can do,
fine.
like referencing from Randy Orton's career. You can reference God. I
if-
think like, you can
if Randy
reference like
Orton
his
allows,
anger
like,
management.
Everything.
Yeah.
You can reference the handshake thing.
If Bray Wyatt doesn't like set fire to a gym bag, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be really upset.
Oh, there's so
I'll
much
request my money
they can
back,
do.
but-
I need a leg slap reference.
If
Yeah.
Randy's like Cena and let Bray do this,
Pick
like,
apart his character almost.
yeah,
'cause
like
That
it'll-
thing with Cena was really like a deep dive
Wild.
into John
It was-
Cena.
yeah. like I said this before, like the "you look but you can't touch" when Bray says that is one of my favorite moments still.
Yeah.
I popped for that. I was
You
like, I
look
thought
but-
about it. I was like, did he just say that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
I love the puppets on last year's
Oh.
Firefly Funhouse match.
Yes.
That like just like
Yeah.
maybe 2-second clip has become one of the most like memed wrestling images of the last year. I loved it so much. I want to see more of that this year.
Yeah. All right. So Fiend beats Orton, Firefly Funhouse match.
100%.
The main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania: Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Champion.
Who do you have going over in this?
Lashley.
If
Oh,
Lashley
nice,
doesn't
nice.
win this,
Yes.
I will be
Like,
Bobby
what-
Lashley has to be taking this.
Now, but here's the thing, and I think I mentioned this in our group chat before, that if Drew goes over Lashley here, it's going to be a good match no matter what. But if Drew goes over Lashley here, I guarantee that will be the moment fans turn on Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree.
That's really because Lashley winning the WWE title was such a good moment. And
Yeah.
having Lashley just be a transitional champion to put the title back on Drew, it's
'Cause
pointless
then
almost.
That would be Drew having 2 additional title runs as a result of like a transitional champion.
Mhm.
It makes Drew McIntyre a three-time WWE champion. That was a mouthful
When
for some
in
reason.
reality, look, I love Drew McIntyre. Okay,
Drew
I'm-
McIntyre rules.
I'm Scottish. It's in the rules. Um, like you have to tick a box on the citizenship test. I love Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
But that would make him a 3-time champion, as you said. When realistically, he should have been a 1-time champion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd be happy for at least maybe the next 5 years as keeping him as a 1-time champion. I don't want Drew McIntyre near the title again for at least like 5
One
years.
Drew McIntyre year-long reign would have been better than 3
Then like
random
3,
reigns.
4-month reigns. Yeah.
If they wanted Randy to win, they should have did it at SummerSlam, I think, because that was when he was at his
That's a
fair
hottest,
point.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
If they really wanted Orton champion, they could have done it at SummerSlam.
For sure.
But like you guys
Have
said,
Orton win the title at
that second
SummerSlam,
title
and if you
reign
want,
was unnecessary.
if you want the title on Orton, have him win it at SummerSlam, and if you want to put it back on Drew, then have him win at Hell in a Cell instead of Orton going over at Hell in a Cell. And then Drew be the champion going into the match versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, because that match was awesome.
Oh yes, it was. Holy, thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me that. Yeah, that brought back a good memory there.
That match was incredible.
Yeah,
I
it was-
think
All right, we're at a
Bobby
silent
Lashley
point.
winning
Time to
this
move
is
on to
amazing.
night 2.
Yeah.
Let's go, night 2.
Night
Night two,
2,
what have we got?
SmackDown. We're
SmackDown night
opening the
2, yeah.
show with Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, the Dirty Dogs, defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championship against the Street Profits, the Mysterios, and the Alpha Academy. Fatal 4-way tag match. And I have the Mysterios going.
I'm gonna have to. Was this the first time in this recording? I'm
We
gonna
disagree.
Have to disagree with you.
Who'd you have?
I
Monumental moment right now.
Yeah, I know. History books, right? As much as they've already been champions, and it would be nice to put
Street
put the
Profits, don't
championship
you?
titles on someone else. I would want Street Profits to win that. Because
I mean, I wouldn't complain about that.
to me, the Alpha Academy still feels a little jokey. I don't know what it is. Something
Agreed.
feels
I
off.
feel the same way about it.
I like
Yeah.
it, but it's not the same as like American Alpha or Heavy Machinery,
No,
or even the
It's
tag teams
different.
Gable's, or even the teams Gable has had with Shelton Benjamin and Robert Roode.
Mhm.
true. But it just doesn't.
It's
feel
different, but it still
Yeah.
needs to. I still need something from it for me to like it more, to
yeah.
get on board.
I hate saying this about Chad Gable of all people, but like it's maybe not so much about him.
Never
But I
forget,
think
Chad
this-
Gable was the initial LAW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah,
Never
I know,
forget.
right? But I think
And he held the
some-
title for 7 months.
Yeah, I think some wrestling actually has to be done here. because they're still a little bit jokey. I think they have to kind of make themselves feel like champions,
Yeah,
and they
True.
don't.
and
I'm kind of just being really honest about this, but they don't feel like champions.
no,
You know,
not yet at
It's-
least.
yeah.
Not yet at least.
No.
The reason I have the Mysterios going over is because one, it gives both Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio a much needed WrestleMania moment. It's Dominic's first WrestleMania. And I feel like having his first
Is it?
major WrestleMania moment be winning the tag titles with his dad.
That would be good to see. Actually,
It
yeah.
would be nice.
That would be a
I
real
just want to say
heartfelt moment.
I apologize for turning my last point from like explaining why I want the Street Profits to win into just like
yeah. And just
Alpha
trashing on Chad
Academy,
Gable and Otis as a team.
I liked
Alpha
it. Though.
Academy hate group. Yeah.
But no, why would you want the Street Profits?
I like them. I really like.
Well, I mean,
the
yeah, Street
Profits.
Profits rule.
I don't know. Out of them, I'm basing this mostly on who I like the most. Right?
Fair. No, that's completely fair.
That's what I do these days with wrestling. I'm not. I had my smart days. I'm a casual viewer
Yeah.
these days, right? Don't tell
Yeah.
anyone. But
Casual, filthy word.
yeah, I know it's horrible. Don't tell anyone I'm a casual. But no, Street Profits. I'm behind them.
Alrighty.
100%.
The first time we differ here. All right. Next match. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, no disqualification.
Seth.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I got
Because-
Cesaro here.
Right. This deranged cult leader thing, right? They haven't done much with it, and I think they should. And I think this is where they show that he's a little bit insane. If they're going no disqualification, which would be wonderful, I think you just have Seth obliterate him, destroy the man, right? Like no disqualification, you can do what you want, right? Just use any number of implements to absolutely ruin Cesaro. And not to discredit Cesaro, he's a great guy. I love his matches, but I like Seth Rollins, you know.
And you're just out here going, I want Cesaro to win because I want him to be Roman Reigns' next challenger.
No,
And you're just completely trashing it now.
I'd like to see that. I'd love to see Cesaro with a title around his waist, but I think
They hinted at it in the build to Elimination Chamber. They hinted at it.
that is true. They did do that. But I
think that would be a really good
maybe
match.
Cesaro
Cesaro
wasn't
wouldn't
the
win.
best- Maybe Cesaro isn't the best choice for this match against Seth, because I'd like this match against Seth to be used to.
Now, my problem is I
push
also
Seth
really
a
like
little
Seth
bit as
Rollins.
that.
I always
said
have.
push Seth. Seth is the last person in the WWE roster who needs a push. But like, you know what I mean? Like solidify his character
Yeah.
as this lunatic cult leader.
I got you.
Maybe Cesaro's not the right choice for that because it would mean Cesaro losing. But
Man.
I'd like to see that. Maybe we do that somewhere else. Maybe we do that at SummerSlam. But
Man, SmackDown's night for WrestleMania going crazy right now. Me and Daniel can't agree on a single one.
yeah, this is where the points are going to be
Right,
made in the
so
chat,
much
isn't it?
You might agree with me on this one.
Okay,
one. The next match, and I included it here because I didn't want to put it on the Raw side and it has more SmackDown people. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I can't say just the Women's Tag titles because now there's NXT one.
NXT ones, yeah. God, why did they
Nia
do
and Shayna, Nia and Shayna defending against Natalya and Tamina and the Riot Squad.
Riot Squad's winning, right?
Yes, I have the Riot Squad.
100%.
Of course I do.
Or the Tamina.
Why wouldn't I? I'm a huge mark for Liv Morgan and Ruby Riot.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I'd have to agree with Chris there.
All right, let's just move on. I gave that match enough air.
Yeah.
Next
That's
match.
enough airtime for a Nia Jax match. Let's hope the actual match goes that long.
I feel bad for Shayna Baszler. I feel bad, to be completely honest with you.
know.
She's
Yeah.
so good.
Fortunate.
She should have been Raw Women's Champion for a long time by now.
Yeah.
Could have beat Becky. Should have already.
That's a good shout.
She couldn't beat
probably-
a pregnant Becky Lynch. Like,
That's true, but we didn't know she was pregnant at the time.
She should have been
no, we didn't.
Asuka,
And
like what Asuka got, I think.
Yeah, that would have been something. That would have been.
She should have won the Money in the Bank.
And then
yeah.
to see the
And
exchange.
then Asuka should have gone on to beat her at like the Rumble.
Yeah, that would have been probably good, like a decent kind of way to round that up. What's next? What's on the card?
All right, next match, and we only really got a hint of this last night on SmackDown.
Right.
Next match I have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Interesting. A match we've definitely never seen before.
A match we've never seen before, but a match that will deliver no matter what.
I'm okay with seeing again.
Yeah,
and it's really interesting.
At least 1,000 times, to be
Yeah.
honest.
And
That's
it's
a
really
dynamic
interesting because
combination.
this time around, on a WWE pay-per-view, a match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens is playing the babyface here, and Sami Zayn's playing the heel.
That's
way
an
different
interesting
dynamic here.
Again, yeah. Because it's like with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I love watching those two fight each other, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I have Owens
when
winning,
people
by the
at
way.
wrestling shows chant "fight forever."
Yeah.
And I make fun
That's
of them
why.
because they're dumb smarks, right?
Yeah.
But oh my god, I was one of those.
Yeah, I
but
have Owens winning here. He needs a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'd like Owens to win that. And then Sami Zayn.
He needs it more than Sami.
Sami Zayn drops his documentary on Infowars.com. And we see the corruption and lies within the WWE powerhouse. I think that's what he's going for, right?
Yeah.
he's going like real
yeah.
through on it.
So we agree there too. Owens goes over Zayn.
Yeah, but what I was going to say was, it's like with Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, those two have a lot of history, and they tried to push the history thing with like McIntyre and Sheamus, but like sure, that's interesting. Oh, they've been friends for years, but they don't have as much history as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
No.
Which is why their matches will always be good, because there's enough history to play off on it for as long as you want. You could go.
Plus, they're also just good enough wrestlers.
Yeah, they're damn good wrestlers and even better storytellers.
Yeah.
I love those guys. I want to see that match, and I want to see it go like a half hour. Maybe more.
All right, so my next match feels kind of weird, but I needed to include it somehow.
Right.
A lot of multi-man matches, multi-person matches on this night. But I have Apollo Crews, the brand new Intercontinental Champion, coming out of Fastlane, defending against Big E, against Shinsuke Nakamura, against Daniel Bryan, against Jey Uso, and against Murphy.
Who needs this?
Six-pack challenge. I have Crews retaining.
See, because here I'm trying
to. Wait,
no.
I should probably elaborate more. I have Crews winning, and I have Crews pinning Daniel Bryan.
Oh.
And then coming out of WrestleMania, the Big E feud is over. You have Crews and Daniel Bryan feud for the IC title.
Oh, that would be good.
It's a match we've never seen before. And it's a match we certainly never expected to have a heel Apollo Crews in.
No, exactly. When would you, if you had like said to me in 2018, we're gonna have Daniel Bryan versus Apollo Crews
for the Intercontinental Championship.
For the Intercontinental Championship, and Apollo Crews is gonna be a heel, and Daniel Bryan.
And Apollo Crews is playing as Apollo Crews is cosplaying as the Walmart version of Chadwick Boseman. No.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what they're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Something feels wrong.
I hate to say it, but it's kind of true.
Because what they've done with it is they've went Nigerians, huh? What do we know about Nigeria? Well, we're gonna make him a scarf.
We're gonna give him 2 royal guards.
We're gonna give him some guards, and we're gonna give him the "I am the captain now" accent. And I think if we do that, oh god, that's a horrible thing to say. But I think if we do that, that'll really push this character. That's gonna make everyone love this, right? And I don't see it going well, to be honest. But I like.
But yeah, basically the only reason
I'm happy with him getting a push.
Yeah, And the only reason why I have that match on the Mania card as a multi-man match, it's just because it's kind of hard to not want everyone on WrestleMania. Like Big E, Nakamura, Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, even though Uso will probably play into the main event.
Uso will probably play in the main event, and I wouldn't want Daniel Bryan in that match because I want him in the main event.
Also, I just want to see
We'll talk
Murphy
about
wrestle
that in a minute or two.
Oh yeah, trust me, we will, because it's kind of obvious. I have 2 matches left, and I think it's pretty obvious what those 2 matches are.
Yeah. So for that match, I would probably
Reginald defending the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh yes.
No. Sasha Banks versus
Reginald...
Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I want to see. Hold on, I want to see Reginald versus.
Give me Reginald versus Carmella at WrestleMania.
Oh, that works too, I suppose. Reginald versus Carmella.
Reginald versus James Ellsworth. Winner gets to be Carmella Somalia.
I like that. That's a good match. Chris, you should.
That is the most WWE match I could think of for WrestleMania. And put Carmella in a shark cage. Why not?
I was literally thinking that. Holy shit!
Put her in a shark cage.
Throw back to Extreme Rules 2018. Oscar versus Carmella with Ellsworth in the shark cage.
Oh, that was a fever dream of a match.
No.
But yeah, anyway, Sasha versus Bianca, SmackDown Women's Title. I have Bianca winning.
It doesn't make sense if Bianca loses, does it? Really?
No.
Wait,
I should probably elaborate on this. Heel Bianca Belair beats a babyface Sasha Banks.
Oh. Okay.
I like that twist because I don't like.
I think Bianca should turn heel on Sasha tomorrow.
Okay.
It's
with a tag title match. Okay.
Yeah, I think it should happen. Bianca Belair was a great heel in NXT, and no one talks about it for some reason.
True. Yeah.
And Sasha Banks, it would kind of feel weird to turn her. It would feel weird to turn Sasha Banks heel again on SmackDown.
She's doing the Big Show thing, man.
Sasha Banks is the Big Show.
Over and over again. She flips back and forth like a damn metronome. She's just heel face, heel face, heel face. Like, Jesus, please pick one. Stick with it.
It would feel weird to have Sasha Banks and Bayley as the same, as both heel on the same brand again.
I will commit to this match in a way that I have not committed to any other match. Over the last few years, I've grown like a collection of wrestling memorabilia stuff. If that match happens and Bianca Belair wins and is heel, I will buy one of the $90 plaques. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of those.
I'll spend 90 hard-earned Great British Imperial credits on the Nia Jax. Not Nia Jax. Jesus Christ.
Oh my, not Nia Jax.
Well, yeah, I'll buy the Nia Jax.
It's not like most plaques.
Yeah, it's not like most plaques. You only take just what you're given.
Like a plastic little princess.
Yeah, lucky for me.
I'm not like most plaques.
Yeah. I'll
All right, we have about 5 minutes. We have about 5 minutes. Roman Reigns versus Edge, Universal Championship. Roman Reigns. There's 2 ways this match. There's only 2 ways this match can go. Roman versus Edge goes 20 minutes, and Reigns clinches the W, or Reigns kills Edge in under a minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only 2 ways this match can go. I don't see Edge winning.
I hate to see it, but yeah.
I posted about that.
I love Edge. I absolutely love Edge.
I love Edge so much. I bought one of the damn titles. I bought one of the spinner belts.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But Edge was my hero, right? When I grew up watching wrestling. I loved that guy. I loved watching him wrestle. But I don't see him winning on the 11th. I don't see him winning. It's because it's Roman Reigns, right?
And
Roman Reigns right now is untouchable. He should not lose the Universal Championship yet.
You can't have Roman drop that title and keep all of his momentum. No. You can't have Roman drop the title and have it make sense either. Because you're going for this thing where Roman's this god, this wrestling Adonis, and he just sits atop this marble throne of professional wrestling. And
he's a wrestling god. He's the new JBL.
Yeah. He comes out in a limousine with a horn on the front, and
stock bells ring every time he comes out.
But he's like, I don't
Taking a
see
flashlight at like
him.
9 p.m. to the
Oh
border.
my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
yeah. Roman's winning, and that's the
Yeah,
hard
Roman
truth of
wins.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know
Roman
what you do
wins,
with Edge
LOL.
now.
How are you guys feeling about the current build for it? Like with where we're at
What?
now with the because we all agree Edge is winning tomorrow, or sorry, Roman's winning tomorrow, right? Like against
Yeah.
Bryan.
Yeah.
So, but just so how you guys feeling about the whole build so far between Edge and Roman? Because personally, I think it could have been better. Like,
Yeah, but
but
it's
it's
difficult
still,
to do
It
a
could have
build
been
with
better,
Edge.
but I
but
still
everything
think
could be better.
it's been a really good build.
Yeah, it has
It's
been. It has
it's been a really good build given Edge hasn't been in the company for 10
And
years.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that Edge is on this road. Like he wrestled on SmackDown last night. Like that's
Yeah.
not really something if he didn't
Yeah.
want to, he could. He didn't have to. Like,
No,
like,
100%.
Edge busted out the Avalanche Frankensteiner and I popped.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a horrible truth, but I don't see Edge winning this.
mhm. What do you guys think he'll do afterwards? Do you guys see
Well, this is
him?
what I was just about to go into. I don't know what we do with him after this. Because
Yeah,
it's
same.
like you've had him dedicate 4 months to this whole 3 months kind of. I'm winning the Rumble. I'm beating you, Roman Reigns, Rapscallion, and then
I
he
mean, you
just
want to know what I would do?
what?
Start the
AEW
feud.
Base Christian.
No. Start the feud, Edge versus Seth Rollins. Keep him on SmackDown while he's there.
Yes.
Let's finally get that
Oh,
match.
I like that.
Seth is moving on from Cesaro, and we finally get Edge versus Seth Rollins.
The
Or
long,
if you don't go with my,
Beardy Boys, I like that.
Yeah.
Make them a
Or
tag team.
if you don't go with my Daniel Bryan versus Apollo Crews feud following WrestleMania,
Edge versus
go
Bryan.
full Edge versus Bryan. But I want it. I want Edge versus Bryan at SummerSlam, career versus career.
Oh,
Oh my! That would
Edge is winning that, right? Edge signed
Right?
like a Edge wins like a Edge signed like a 5-year deal, didn't he? He has to win that, surely.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, there were rumors earlier or whatever that it got leaked that Daniel Bryan was going to be inducted into the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame this
can we
year.
talk
Yeah,
about that a
we
little bit?
haven't
What's
we
with
haven't
that?
spoken about this. You know what? This podcast can go on as long as possible. Let's
Yeah, we can
talk
do it.
about this. What was that? What happened there? We're
Okay,
gonna
I
we're gonna
will-
have to.
Do
cut
we
like
really
4 minutes
think
out of
that
the
Daniel
mid-line.
Bryan's going to get inducted this year?
So what was the
So-
leak? I woke
Right.
up to
So
this.
for
So what
anyone
happened?
for anyone who missed out on this, there was I'm gonna get the screenshot here. There was a segment
No,
on
I-
WWE Network. The WWE Network does this thing where like they'll show collections, right? We all have the network. We all
This is
have
on Peacock, by the way. This is the
It's
WWE
on-
Network
this is
channel
this is
on Peacock.
now, yeah.
Ah, yes.
The network, if you're everywhere else. If you want
Right? Yeah, the
if
network
you
here
want
still.
I'm American.
I am a real American.
Yeah, exactly. If like eagles don't appear at your window when you get out of the shower in the morning.
Probably still have the network.
Yeah. they had a segment where it was this is Daniel Bryan, right? And they had like Daniel Bryan iconic matches, shows he's been on, things like that. And
It's like a look at Daniel Bryan, WWE Hall of Fame
WWE
2021 inductee.
2021 Hall
Wow.
of Fame inductee. And it was just below like the Stone Cold thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was 316 week.
So it shows Total Bellas. I like that.
Yeah, Total
I took
Bellas
it
was
down.
the first one. The first thing on that list was Total Bellas because that's the pinnacle of his career.
Daniel Bryan's career is Total Bellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. nothing else.
Forget,
To be fair, though, the
forget
Bella
him-
twins are in the 2020 Hall of Fame class.
They haven't been inducted yet. This is true. Put them in together.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But you know,
that's
if
weird.
Daniel Bryan is going into the WWE Hall of Fame this
He's
year, who's inducting him?
Oh my.
who was it he choked out with a tie?
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts.
Yeah, let's have Justin Roberts do it.
No, we can't do that. He's all elite, dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's a traitor.
First one that came to my head was Triple H because I really enjoyed
Have-
the build.
yeah.
Of course,
The
WrestleMania.
only
Make-
two
make
people
sure
I
to
could
call
think
him-
of inducting Daniel Bryan into the Hall of Fame are Kane and William Regal,
Oh,
and neither
Kane.
of them are in the Hall of Fame yet.
But yeah, true.
No, true.
That's true.
Triple H is in the Hall of Fame. Just make sure you have him call him like a B+ player.
Yeah, something like that, like a little callback.
Yeah.
I know that's
Like Daniel Bryan's going in the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, for
He's
sure.
a
Yeah.
first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that.
Bald lazy eye Shawn Michaels inducts Daniel Bryan into the 2021 Hall of Fame.
Well, he's got one eye on the microphone and the other on Daniel Bryan standing off stage. Yeah, Daniel Bryan's going in the Hall of Fame. The question is it this year or not? This year, I don't think they should probably do that many Hall of Famers. I think this should be a
Daniel
pretty
Bryan
small
is a
class
future
this
Hall
year.
of Famer.
100%.
But like, why
True,
this
but
year?
he's a
If
headliner.
it
when you
wasn't
think
a
about it.
mistake,
Like,
of course.
Either
So-
Daniel Bryan's been inducted like 10 years too early, or some intern just got fired at Peacock.
that's what I think it is, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Like it was someone's last day at Peacock, and they've had a little
Somebody,
joke.
someone got fired.
Yeah. The the WWE Network equivalent of like spitting in a Burger King milkshake, right? It's just let's make sure everyone knows like Daniel Bryan.
Some people like us will speculate all the
people
time.
like us will fall for it. Yeah. No, I don't think it's this year. I think someone's getting fired.
Yeah, I agree.
But he is going in at some point. The question
for
is who inducts him.
Yeah. No, there's without a shadow of doubt, Daniel Bryan is a Hall of Famer.
He's 100%. He's up there with like,
It's just a matter of when.
which
It shouldn't be.
hell I hope it's not soon, because it's not a common occurrence for WWE to induct people while they're still wrestling. You know, it'd be weird for him
Sting.
to it'd be weird for him to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony on like what is it, like a Tuesday? Is it? God, it's on like a Tuesday. And
It's on a
then-
Tuesday, I think. It's
Yeah.
before Takeover.
Yeah,
Is it
and
before
you
Takeover?
go to
Wait,
Hall
when?
of Fame on Tuesday and then WrestleMania on the Saturday. You know?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not this year, but he has to go in at some point.
Yeah.
So I think that'll probably round it up for this week.
Yeah.
If you're watching this by some shadow of a doubt,
Still on, still here.
if you're still here, if anyone watches this in the first place, I'll be happy. But if anyone's stuck around for like an
Everyone
hour,
made it.
please like
If you
leave a
watch the
comment,
full
leave a
thing,
like.
good on you.
Yeah,
Right.
if you, leave a comment, leave a like. I'll leave links to our Instagrams in the comments, not in,
Hey.
in the description. I don't know when this is going up. Maybe Monday, I think. I'll get it edited over the weekend. So if this is up on Monday, Raw's tonight. We'll maybe do another one next week and talk about how terrible it was.
What do you mean, Ross? Tonight? It's Saturday.
No, I'm talking about when this goes up.
UFC
This is
Fight
in the
Night
future.
tonight.
This is in the future, man. Come on.
This is future.
Yeah. So thank you for sticking around. I have been Daniel. Anyone else
I
got
have
anything
been
else to say?
Chris. Thanks for
And,
tuning into the Cobra Twist podcast.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
thanks for
me.
tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're more than welcome back anytime you want.
Oh,
thank you.
absolutely.
God knows no one else wants to be with us.
Did we ever introduce?
Yeah.
We never
yeah.
gave a proper introduction for our guest, Daniel.
Oh, we didn't do that an hour ago.
We did.
I love that.
Yeah. This is so professional. Well, you know what? We'll give you a top link. You know,
Yeah.
we'll honor you with top link in the
Oh,
description.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yo, guest, introduce yourself real quick. Go.
Yo, my name is, call me Trey, my real name, my IRL name, also known as Jabroni-Raviolis.
That's enough. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, I was gonna go off.
Oh no. Losing.
No,
Oh,
man.
follow me on Instagram, top link. That's all.
And